Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Let me know if you can hear me now. Let me know. Let me move over a little bit. Can you hear me now? You hear what I'm saying now? Oh, okay, good, good. Yeah, I didn't know. I was on here talking and talking and talking and talking. So I said that I had a crazy day today. It's been a road runner day. I've been like this all day. I've been like this all day long. I've been like that. Good, 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 good. It was the computer. You know, these computers been acting funny all day. But yes, I have been running like crazy. When I get off, I was just did a presentation for the Goldman Sachs Black in Business Cohort 2. And then I'm going to do this. After this, I'm going to go on Zoom with my VIP to give them their live session. So by the time I finish that, I would technically have been live or presenting from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. And this is all after I got off work and drove home. So it's been a rough one today. Like I said, I might have a drink. So that's all what I was talking about and saying. And then I tell you guys, let me know, how was your day today? How we doing? How we doing? How was your day? Oh, yes. If you want to get in the VIP experience and you want to be on that Zoom to be able to ask me all your questions, co-work and do your homework, then my assistant, she just dropped the VIP link in the chat. That way you get a live recording of all of these videos, because whatever channel you're watching this video on, it's probably going to be deleted after, just so you know. Just so you know, don't say I didn't warn you. So if you want a recording of these videos, then you want to be a VIP. You also get a workbook. So each assignment that I'm giving you, you get a workbook for you to be able to put all the answers in that workbook. And it's beneficial also because I didn't see any badges, so nobody must not want these gift cards. And if nobody win the gift cards, guess what? I'm gonna just go spend them on myself. I got trips coming anyway, so I have no problem with spending money on myself. Had a good day. Kind of cold here. Oh my gosh, it is cold here. Yes, it is very cold. Where we at? The people in the chat. I see 3 people here so far. Where are you all from? You see, we got somebody on YouTube. We got Facebook. Where are we from? And how was your day today? Like, tell me how you doing. Tell me how your day was, what you're up to, what you got going on, all that good stuff. What we got going on? Let me know. You had a good day today. Yes, it's kind of cold here in Chicago. It is. Again, if you want to do the VIP, if you want to be on that live after this, then my assistant has put the link in the chat. Again, also, whatever channel that you're watching this on of mine, if you are looking for down to earth home buying or money tips, you need to be following me on whatever channel you're watching this on. Okay. Whatever channel that is, you need to be following it. Okay. Dot, dot, dot. Okay. I'm just getting myself set up over here. What are you all up to? What you all up to today? Day was busy, but I made it, prepping tomorrow's dinner while I'm here. Okay, what we cooking? You can't tell us you making food and don't tell us what you making. Oh, so yes, my assistant just dropped in the chat. If you're looking to follow me on any channel, she dropped all the links right there in the Facebook group. And if you're not in the Facebook group, that's because you have to join the challenge at the5daymoneychallenge.com, and you'll get an email that'll tell you how to get into that group, which that's the best group to be in because that's how you win the giveaway. Just go live on the Tiki Taki. And we're going to get started. Oh, slow cooker ribs, greens, and cornbread. Okay. Okay, that sounds good. That sounds very, very tasty. I like ribs. That's what they say on Friday. I like greens. I like cornbread. I like all those things. Ribs, greens, and cornbread. Man, please. Man, what's that girl say? Man, listen. I like greens. What do you say? I like cornbread. That's what he said, right? Isn't that what he said? No. You know what? No. But yes. That sounds good. Where can we find that meal? Okay, right. I'm trying to get some of that right now. I haven't eaten either. I did not say I ate in that schedule I just ran down. I didn't say nothing about eating. I need to get that meal that you made. That sounds delicious. It's my fault though. I can't blame anybody but myself because I asked you what you cooked. I shouldn't have asked you what you cooked. I should have just left you be. But that's my fault. That's on me. I can't blame nobody but myself. See, you got people in the chat like, oh, see, I can't see the name of whoever that person is, but I'm gonna go find out when I get off this chat. They better not be in Chicago. I'm gonna pop up. I'm gonna roll up. I'm gonna roll up. But yeah, I've had a crazy day though. After this though, I will be relaxing. I'm so shiny. Like, why am I shining? Like, am I directing planes? What am I doing? Shining, shining. Do, 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 do. So this is day 2. This is day 2 of the 5-day money challenge. We kicking it off. And again, today is not going to be as long as yesterday, simply because we just don't have the ability to. We don't want to make all of these super long. I know that you all have things going on in your life and things that you're doing. So, oh, thank you. Thank you. We don't have, I don't want to take up all your time, but I do want to make sure that you get on here and get what you need, So, mm, 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 mm. Do, 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 do. Goals today. So yesterday, you know what? And let me go ahead and get started because I want to do a recap of what we did yesterday. So hold on. Okay, let me set this up to get started. Save. And let me go here. Are we ready to get started? We ready to get started? I see they never answered your question. She said, where can we find that meal? I see they never came and answered. All right, let me go ahead and get started. Let me get started. Present slides. Computer file. Okay. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Slideshow. Begin from beginning. So move this over. Bam. Okay. So today is day 2 of the Master Your Money Challenge. So we start off today. We're talking about day 2. Yesterday was day 1. So I'll be live for probably about 45 minutes to an hour, talking about what it is that we need to do. So I'm your host, Nia. I'll be your Chief Learning Officer today. I'm going to back y'all up just so y'all not all the way in my face. Let me give y'all some space. And do it like that. There you go. There you go. So yeah, today is day 2 of the Master Your Money Challenge. I try to get some time for people to come on. We're going to get started. I don't want to wait any longer. I don't want to hold up your time while you're waiting on me. So let's get it started. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to day 2 of the Master Your Money Challenge. The purpose of this challenge is to help you get better with money. If you looked at your finances for 2022, you looked at your money habits for 2022 and decided, I don't like that. This is a challenge that you want to do, because the purpose is going to go through your mental. It's going to go through active and actionable steps that you can take to get better with your money. We're not here to talk about, we'll just cut out some coffee. We're not here to simply just give you some surface level tips and just, just go do that and it's going to fix all your money problems. Because at the end of the day, the reality is making 6 figures is not going to cure your money problems. And if you just cut out on a few expenses, it's not going to cure your money problems. There's so much more things and parts to it. And it's not something that you need to beat yourself up about, because the reality is a lot of us didn't learn about money. A lot of us didn't get that education. I was just doing a presentation for the Goldman Sachs Black Women in Business. And we didn't learn this in school. We know Y equal MX plus B. I can tell you that pi equals 3.14, but none of that is really helping me as far as like being able to get through life and be successful in life. So we basically have to work to do this on our own. So I created this challenge as a way for me, a personal finance educator, to come back and be able to give back to help more people do better with money. Okay. So that's why we're here. So let's get down to the housekeeping rules. The first rule is we have a giveaway. So again, I have 2 Amazon gift cards that I will be giving away, but you have to follow the rules in order for you to win the giveaway. You got to work for it. I'm sorry. If I'm showing up 5 days straight for you, I need you to show up for yourself. And with that, I'm not only asking you to show up for yourself, I'm going to reward you for it. I'm going to reward you for showing up for yourself. So you got to show up. You got 3 things you got to do. 1, you got to follow me. Follow me on 2 channels. If you're watching me on 1 channel, then simply make sure you follow me on that one and pick another one. My assistant already put in the chat all the different ways that you can follow me, all the different social media platforms that I have for you to watch. Share this. Tag your accountability partner. If you have somebody who's supposed to be working on their finances with you, tag them. Tag your accountability partner and get them in here. Get them in here. Get them in here working on it with you. Get them working on their finances like you, because your network determines your net worth. So you want to be working to make sure that your circle on point, because you don't want your circle always coming to you to ask for money. I'm just being honest. I'm just being real. So make sure that you follow both of them. You share this by tagging your accountability partner, sharing the different things. Then you have to participate. Participate looks like being active in the chat. Participate is doing the homework assignments every day and using the badges so that you can put that you did the homework the next day. I didn't see any badges from today. I do want to be honest and say that. So if you didn't participate, it's not saying that you're too late. You can't win the giveaway. You can still win the giveaway, but you're going to have to catch up and get whatever homework assignments that you missed. And basically, you're going to post a badge, and you post the badge along with the homework assignment that you did. Okay. Simple, easy peasy, right? Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I just wish we was in Belize, right? So to summarize what we did yesterday and recap, yesterday we talked about a lot of the ways that your money habits affect your mental health. A lot of times we don't realize how much your money habits affect the way you move with money. We talked about limiting beliefs. We talked about self-doubt. We talked about how self-esteem affects your money. We talked about all of those things yesterday so that you can start to kind of self-evaluate and become more aware of different ways that you might be affecting your money habits, or different ways that you might be self-sabotaging yourself, but not really being able to get down to the root of why you're self-sabotaging yourself. So many times we've tried all of these different tips and tricks, or we follow the different things that people do, but we find ourselves being unsuccessful, or we find ourselves trying over and over again. But then you start to doubt yourself, or you start to beat yourself up or be ashamed of yourself because you made a mistake, when reality it's probably due to lack of knowledge or some other characteristic that you have that might be affecting your money habits. So we talked about a lot of those different things. And we talked about, for your homework, you were to identify only 2. Now, if all of them apply to you, that's great, but you didn't have to necessarily identify all of them. You just identified some of them. So we talked about that. We talked about how it takes you, that in order for you to get your money habits and get everything on point, you have to take that first step. You have to work to start changing your mindset, changing the ways that you look at money, changing the ways and exploring how you feel about money. So we talked about a lot of those things yesterday, and I gave actionable tips of how you can start to work to get past that. Okay. So again, if any of these things apply to you, I'm actually going to make this the head of it. Does any of this apply to you? You get paid on Friday, but you broke by Monday. You're living paycheck to paycheck. You're an excessive shopper. So maybe you shop a lot and you buy things just for the sake of buying them, or you buy them because of the feeling that you get when you purchase things. It gives you this like high. So you get anxious about it. We had somebody in the chat yesterday who said they like to buy expensive things, but then they never use them. Then we talked about if you have self-esteem issues and you buy things just to impress, or you buy things to copy other people because you feel like you're putting them on a pedestal and you are putting yourself down. So you try to buy yourself things that they have because you feel like that'll put you on the same level as them. But all the while, all these different things are affecting your money habits. If you have more month than money, which means at the end of the month, you run out of money and you don't have the ability to make it up. Now you're kind of penny pinching at the end of the month until you can get paid again. If you don't feel worthy of financial stability, you don't feel worthy of purchasing a house, you don't feel worthy of being wealthy, if any of those things apply to you, or if you simply feel like you make good money, you feel like you do well, but you don't have any idea where your money is going, then this is going to be for you. This challenge is exactly for you, and you are the person I created this challenge for. And my goal is by the end of this challenge for you to see some sort of transformation to help you start to work on those issues that you have and get better with money, and at least be able to start to take steps towards that. No matter what channel that you're watching this on, if you can hit like, if you can like this, in whatever channel, if you're watching this on Facebook, if you're watching this on YouTube, if you can like it, if you're watching this on TikTok, like it. That lets Facebook know, or whatever channel know, to share it. It lets them know that you're interested in the content. So a lot of times we get on here and we will make videos or we'll go live, but the platform you're on doesn't really share it unless the people who are already watching it likes it, because that lets it know, oh, okay, people like what they're watching. Let me show it to more people. So if you could like it, share it, all that good stuff, it'll be greatly appreciated. So how does this work? How does the 5-day money challenge work? The 5-day money challenge is where I show up 5 days. Today is day 2. I show up for 5 days. Like I said, today is day 2, and I give a webinar. I give a full webinar teaching you a money principle and teaching you how you can improve your money completely free. You don't have to pay me anything to do it. Each day that I show up for you, in return, I have a homework assignment that I'm going to assign, and that homework assignment is to be done, and that's part of your participation in the challenge. That's you doing the work. That's you actually using the principles at the same time and putting them to work. Now, if you chose to join the VIP, you will receive a VIP workbook. To join the VIP, my assistant has actually already put it in chat a few times. but you join it, you'll get an email, you'll get recordings of this live and all the videos. You'll get to go live with me. So after I get off here, when I finish with this webinar, I'm going to go on a Zoom session that'll only be me with the VIP. And that way they'll be able to ask me questions at whatever they need. They'll be able to work on their homework and ask me real live questions that's specific to their situation. And they'll also get the workbook. If you're a member of the Money Mastery Academy, a part of my membership services, then you already get all of that. You already get the workbook. You already get the copies. So that's the two ways for you to be able to have it and watch this, because sometimes watching the first time is not enough. Next is the badges. Now, when you do the homework, you want to use the badges to identify what you did. It also lets me know you participated, and you can come back and watch these after, because they're not going to get deleted to the end of the challenge. So on Friday, I'm deleting everything. I'm going on a deleting spree, just so you know. Just so you know. So yes, and then lastly, we have the giveaway. So tomorrow I'm going to give away an Amazon gift card, and then on Friday I'm going to give away another Amazon gift card. But again, in order for you to get those gift cards, you got to follow me on whatever platform that you are watching this, and pick another platform. Then you're going to participate in the challenge by posting the badges and doing the homework. And lastly, then you're going to share this, and you're going to share this with a friend. You're going to share this by tagging an accountability partner, whichever way you want to do it. Up to you. So now we know how this works. Now we can get down into it. So one of the things that I think is really important is organizing your finances. It's hard for you to work in a mess of clutter. If you're anything like me, when you have everything cluttered and you have a whole bunch of things surrounding you, then it's hard for you to focus sometimes. And sometimes that kind of messes things up, and you have to kind of clear it out the way. Okay. Like I personally, I want to clear it. I want to organize it and get it together because I can think straight. I also don't lose things. When you don't have things organized, sometimes you'll lose things that you know you had. I mean, comment in the chat if that's ever happened to you. Have you ever lost something that you know for a fact you had, but because at that moment you might not have been as organized? It's caused you to either one, go buy something that you already had. The perfect example is going grocery shopping. When you go grocery shopping, if you don't have a list to let you know what it is that you have, a lot of times you end up buying things that you've already purchased before. You end up buying things that you have. So now you've spent money that you didn't have to spend. Okay. So I was with a friend the other day. My friend, she lives in Georgia, and we were just talking about money and talking about different things. And the question came up, and I think, but this was actually last year. I think Deanna was there, and we were talking about what wealth meant. Like, what does wealth mean to you? And so for her, she said that wealth meant knowledge, and she said that basically, she makes good money or she does well because of the knowledge that she has, and that a lot of people aren't afforded that knowledge, and that's why they may not be able to do as well. And for me, I said wealth is freedom. Wealth is getting my time back. Wealth is flexibility, that I'm not going to miss a trip because I don't have the funds for it, or I can't get that time off work. I have the freedom and flexibility to travel how I want to. I have the freedom and flexibility to move around how I want to, because I bought that time back with my wealth, essentially. And a lot of people, feel bad about hiring like help or hiring people to clean their house and things like that. But a lot of that stuff is just simply buying your time back, and buying your freedom is essentially what you're doing, right? So that's what I told her was mine. But at the end of the day, it's going to be different for different people. It's going to be different for you, and it's going to look different for me, and it's going to be based on our own experiences and everything that we're doing. Okay. So one of the things I normally suggest that you want to do is, if you're looking to create wealth and you want to, be a millionaire, billionaire, real estate mogul, own your own business. If you don't want to do any of those things and you just want to be able to travel more, you want to be able to enjoy your life more, like you weren't just made to pay bills and die. You want to be able to use your money to do more than just pay bills. Then you want to start with organizing your finances. And one of the first ways to do that is to eliminate clutter. You can eliminate clutter. You got all those clothes or shoes and things like that, and you got clothes and things with a tag on it. You have things that are peeling that you probably don't wear anymore. You have gold clothes, which we'll get to a little bit further when we start talking about spending. But you have a lot of those things that are cluttering up your money. Secondly, you want to organize your actual bank accounts. So essentially, I have an account that all my bills are paid out of that account. I have another account that's like side hustle money or like my fun money and things like that. So when it comes to spending, it's hard for me to go over my budget because the funds are not in the same place. The funds that I use to pay my bills are over here. So I know this is where I go for real bills that are due. And then things that are fun, they're not coming out the same account. So I don't have to worry about those things eating up my money for my bills and leaving me behind or making me get red notices or anything like that. So how many people was taught that you clean the kitchen before you start cooking? I'll give you guys some time to answer, but how many people were taught that you clean the kitchen before you start cooking? You do not cook in a dirty kitchen. Tell me who have heard that before and who was taught that, because that's how I was taught. That's how I was brought up. I was brought up, you did not start cooking in a dirty kitchen. Okay, what we say? She said, definitely when you go grocery shop, you need to always make a list because you're always buying stuff that you already have. I know I used to do that all the time. If I don't make a list when I go grocery shopping, I will come out and I will buy something that I absolutely don't need. And I don't get mad at myself, but I'll be like, I'd be like, my goodness, I know that I had this already, but in my head, maybe I didn't. I don't know. Maybe I'm preparing for some meal down the line, but I hate that because that's money wasted and that's money that could have went towards my goals. So yeah, let me know if anybody came up in a house where you had to clean the kitchen before you cook. You got to clean the kitchen before you cook. You cannot cook in a dirty house. Let me know. Let me know in the chat. I'm gonna give you a chance. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Anybody? Have you ever experienced that? Nobody was taught to that they had to clean the kitchen before they. I know I'm not the only one who was taught that. I know I'm not. Nobody was taught that you got to clean the kitchen before you cook. Oh, okay. I guess I was the only one that was taught that. But yeah, so I was taught that you don't start cooking in the kitchen if the kitchen is dirty. So I apply that same principles when it comes to my finances. Um, I want to clean them up before I fix them. So the purpose of this money challenge is to help you do better with money, but you can't do better with money if you're working in a dirty workspace. How you supposed to get to work when you got all these things in the way? So you want to go through these processes and these steps that I talk about every day so that you can clean up your finances before you start to work on your finances. You don't want to mess. You know what they say? You don't want to be in a mess and have to operate in that mess. Okay. So you want to work to do that. Oh, okay. Yeah. So you want to work to do that. You want to make sure that you are working to clean it up. Because at the end of the day, a lot of us have ambitious goals and we don't know to what end that we, want to do it. We just say, oh, I want to do this. We don't get very specific with how much we make those goals. Hey, Anthony, thank you for coming. But yeah, we don't get ambitious and outline how we accomplish those goals and how we do it. So one of the first things you have to do is clean up the clutter, and it can help you in your life as well as your finances. It's hard to manage your money if you're having to check all over. So say example, you're trying to make a purchase, but to make that purchase, you had to check all over to see what account can I use to pay this. So I'm standing at the register, and while I'm in line at the register, I'm checking to see like, hey, what account I'm going to use. That's your money not necessarily being in order, because you don't know how much money you have in each account, and you don't know exactly where your money is. So what you end up doing is you see an account that has money in it, so you use that account, but now 3 days later you forget you had an auto pay that was coming out of that account. So now you have caused yourself to go negative and get an insufficient funds fee, because you don't have any order. You have really no rhyme or reason to your account. You just checking and just taking money from wherever the money is, So you don't want to be caught looking crazy next week, because so that's why it's one of your first actionable steps. Organize your finances. Identify what account the bills are going to come out of. Identify what account is going to be, if you have a business, you want to identify where your taxes coming from, where your sales going in. You want to identify those accounts so you can have some order. I label my account, so that's why I also have on here, create nicknames for your account. Again, I paid off $50,000 in debt in 2 years. One of the ways I did that is I created names for all my debt accounts. So all my credit cards, I created names for them. I created names, like funny names, like so whenever I logged into that account, it was placing that in my mind, and it was basically like keeping it there, because that's mental. It's mental for you. You're deserving, you're capable of financial stability, but you have to take the actionable steps to make it happen. And all of it starts out with a mindset. All of it starts out with a mindset. All of it starts out with changing your mindset. And one of those things is clearing up the clutter so your mind has space to think. 2, cleaning up your kitchen before you start cooking. 3, starting to change how you look at that debt. If I look at this credit card like a pain in my I'm going to be more likely and more motivated to get this thing up out of my life and get this thing up out of my wallet, because I'm sick and tired of every time I get paid, I got to pay them too. Why every time I get paid, I have to pay them? I didn't go to work and get a job so that I can pay them. I got a job so that I can live my life. I got a job so that I can do well, so I can do good. I want to travel. I want to experience life. But if I'm constantly taking on more debt and taking on more debt and not doing anything to eliminate it, it's creating that financial clutter in my life. It's creating those claims on my paycheck. And one of the best ways to give yourself an automatic pay raise is to pay off debt. That's one of the best ways. You don't think about it. A lot of times you're looking to for a promotion, you're looking for a pay raise, or looking to do things, when if you pay down some of the debt you had, you create your own pay raise. You make yourself more comfortable with your current bills. Okay. So question, if you were taking a road trip and you get in the car, how many people would get in the car and go on a road trip and not have any GPS? In this day and age, with these gas prices, who would do that? Yes, give yourself a pay raise by paying down debt. Give yourself a pay raise. Yes. Who would get in the car and drive, no GPS, don't know where exactly you're going? Who would do that? You just riding. You just riding in the car, no GPS, no direction, no way to tell where exactly you're going to end up. I know personally, I wouldn't do that. I do not believe in just driving aimlessly to be driving. Like, where are we going? Because I could be in the house, because I'm an extrovert. So I like to go out. I like to do things. I like to go to parties. I like to have fun, but I also have that introverted side of me that I'm okay with being in the house. I'm okay with being by myself. So during the pandemic, when everybody was stuck in the house and sitting at home, I didn't have a problem with it. I didn't get to the point where I was like, oh my God, when is this going to be over? Da 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 da. He said, especially if it's the first time driving. Exactly. If it's your first time driving, you going somewhere and you in the car, are you seriously going to get in the car and drive with no GPS, with no type of directions? No, you're not going to do that. If you're not giving your money a budget and assigning where your money should go, that's essentially what you're doing with your money. You have your money driving around with no specific place that it's going. It's just up in the air. It's going in whatever direction calls it. It's no rhyme or reason to it. So you want to give your money a financial GPS, and a financial GPS means kind of what I said. You want to identify, okay, bills are coming out of here. This is side hustles over here. Okay, this is my fund, which means that my hair, my nails, my travel, my kick it, all of that comes from over here. So that I know when I get to the end of this right here, I'm not cutting into my bill funds. I'm not cutting into my rent or my mortgage because I've separated those two. And when you get better with money and you got this down pack and your emergency fund is banging and all of that, some of these things you don't have to do. But if you're just starting out and you're really trying to get a hold on your finances, or you have a struggle with saving money, maybe you save money, but then you keep dipping in it after you save. If that's you or any of that explains you, these are some of the things you can do that will help you start to do better right now. And sometimes they might be a little tedious in the beginning. Sometimes it might take a little bit more discipline and it might take a little bit more work to make them actionable. But you have to start somewhere. You have to start with something that's going to be worth it and workable for you. Okay. So give yourself a GPS. As I said, nickname your accounts. I name my accounts, and I'm going to show you guys what I name my accounts. And I flip your camera around, let you see when I get to that slide. But I name my accounts. I give them names and I give them jobs. Okay. So that one time my bills come out, the name of it is bills, because that's telling me and reminding me when I log into my bank account, that's what this account is for. So it's plugging that in my mind. You don't know how much that type of stuff programs things in your head, and you will act accordingly. It's a mental shift and it's a mental focus, and it's a way that you're changing the way you think, feel about money and about your money. Okay. So next you want to do is you want to utilize your resources. Utilize your resources. They have a lot of apps. They have a lot of creators on here like myself. And again, wherever you liking this, if you could like it, I need you to tap the screen on TikTok. I need y'all to like and love on YouTube and Facebook and share this. But one of the things you can do, they have apps. If you're looking for a budgeting app, they got Cube Money, they have Prism, they have, it's so many different, they have Capital that helps you save money and they automatically deduct it out of your account. Like it's so many different tools. You have Self that help you take the money out of your account and help you build your credit. Like there's a lot of different resources out here that'll help you get better with your money, but it's up to you to start using them. Maybe I'll start making content on TikTok, sharing some of the apps and things that you can use to get better with money. If you guys want me to start making videos about that, let me know, and I'll definitely do that. But it's so many different resources you have, so you want to work to use the resources that you already have. And last but not least, one of the best things you can do with saving money is separating it. If you're one of those people with, I call trigger happy transfer, every time you put money into your savings, you go back and pull it back out because why? I don't know. Maybe you still thinking about that money as money that's available to you. You need to separate it. You need to break it up. So, okay, we're going to move right along. But that's a big one for me, organizing your money and getting your money together. So here is some of the ways that I label my accounts. Let me show you. Let me show you. How do I turn this around? How do I turn this around? Oh, bam. So look, this one I call On Its Last Leg. This one I call Just Annoying. Then I got Bills. I got Cash Flow Queen. That's my real estate investment fund. Then I got New Car Smell because my car is a 2011 Hyundai Sonata Team No Car Note. And when it's time for me to purchase another car, I'm not trying to have no money saved or no money ready to purchase said car. So I'm already saving for my car, even though I haven't got there. Then we got Side Hustle City. So that's where all my side hustle funds go for any focus group that I do, any I'm a loan signing agent, so any loan signing that I would do, that money goes there. Any my second job or something I have, I send all that money there. This is my extra money to go towards debt, to go towards travel. I take an annual group trip every year with my friends. This is where all the money goes because I'm the person that plans it, so I collect the money. Now, typically this trip is about 10 to 11 people. So I'm not trying to have that money mixed up with my funds. I'm not trying to have that money. Let me see. Hold on. Banners. Okay, bam. Is that better? But yeah, so I'm not trying to use my funds. So I have a group trip fund. So whenever I collect money for that, I normally put it in here. So it's separated from the rest of my money. Now, I'm a travel person. I love to travel. Everybody calls me Carmen Sandiego. I've been called Carmen Sandiego for years. So that's my travel fund where I put money for my travel. And tierra is land in Spanish. So this is money that I use to purchase land because I want to purchase land in other countries. So that's the way I separate my money. But if you can see on my last leg, that's a credit card. Just annoying, that's a credit card. When I was working to pay off my debt, I basically named those that. So every time I logged into that account, I would see that. And when I see that, that's just reminding me like, ooh, this is keeping that fresh mind that I need to get rid of this and I need to get this out of my life. So essentially, you want to name your account. So whenever you log in, that's what you see. You see it and be like, oh, pain in my butt. I had one. I can't remember the other names, but I just always make different names for them because it helps me. Okay. So another thing that you want to do is you want to create goals. If you're working to get your finances in order, you're working to do better about your finances. We've worked through our mental to see what we were doing mentally to affect our finances. Now we've worked to clean up our finances and get our finances organized. Now we got to decide, once we start working on our finances, what's the goal? What is our why? What are we working towards? Are we working to create a better life for our children? Do we want to travel more ourselves and create a better life for ourselves so we can spend more time doing more of what we love? What are we in this for? So with that, you have to create goals. And when you create goals, you want to create SMART goals. To create a SMART goal, it's basically going to be something that's very specific. And this is a little chart that you can see. You can see, how do I know if I'm creating a SMART goal? Well, you'll know it's a SMART goal if one is specific. So you thought about what exactly you wanted to achieve. Two, if it's measurable, which means that you can measure it. So if I say I want to save $5,000 by June 1st, I know that right now you might as well say it's almost February 1st. So I know I have 4 months to save that $5,000. If I haven't started saving it, then I know it's time to get to work. It's time to hump because I made my goal measurable. I made it in a way that I can tell and I can monitor how close I get to that goal. I can monitor my progress. I can monitor and get an idea of when I actually might be able to get to that goal. Then you want to make it attainable because at the end of the day, we're not trying to create goals that are going to leave us defeated. We're not trying to create goals that are going to be so high that we're not able to meet them. So you want to make your goals attainable, something that you can actually do, something you can actually achieve. And then you want to work to make your goal relevant. And what it means by relevant is, how is it applicable to my life? How can I actually really apply this? And how is this really going to improve my life and help me get to where I want to go? Because if I want to buy a house in 2 years, maybe my finances are messed up right now. So maybe I'm not ready to buy that house, but I can create attainable, smart, specific, measurable, relevant goals that will allow me to get that house in 2 years. So what do I need to do this year? Well, if my credit is not good, I need to start working on my credit this year. So maybe for the first year, I'll work on starting to save while I increase my credit score. So I've created a relevant goal that's going to be applicable to my future goals. You don't want to just create goals out of thin air that are not really going to help you get where you want to go. Okay. Last but not least is time bound. So you want to make sure that you give yourself a timeline. Again, how can you measure it if you don't have a timeline to say when you want to achieve it? So just to put this in example, I always use home buying as an example, just so you know. But say I have said to myself, I want to purchase a house, and I want to purchase a house in June 2024. instead of me just saying, I want to buy a house, a SMART goal is going to say, I'm going to raise my credit score to 640 and save $10,000 by April 2024 so I can buy a house. So what did I just do? I just gave myself specific things that I know I need to do. I know I need to save money for my down payment, closing costs, and all of my other expenses. I know that I need to raise my credit score so that I can qualify for that loan. So I just gave myself two very specific things that really can outline what I'm going to do, because now that I know what my goals are, I can go back and look at where I'm at. So literally my plan, my budget, everything that I do thus far is going to be based off, these are the goals that I need to accomplish. Okay. So that's what the point of it is. And then for you all who don't know me, I always have to come in and have something that introduces who I am, what I do, where I come from, and why you should be listening to me. So my name is Nia. I'm your Chief Learning Officer for the 5-Day Money Challenge. I'm the one showing up every day, 5 days in a row. I'm a world traveler, so I don't really count my countries, but I feel like I've been maybe around 25 countries. I don't know. Some will be added to the list this year. I love to dance. I'm a dancer. That's one of my best workouts I do. I will go in the kitchen and just dance and enjoy and have fun. It's just something that I do. Of course, coming up next month in February, I'll be at Carnival in Trinidad and Tobago. So this is huge for me because I have not been to Carnival since before the pandemic. I actually went to Carnival right before what song I danced to. I said I danced to soca songs. So it's not even a song. I normally will look up a playlist on Spotify and play it, or I'll look up a playlist on I'll look up a playlist on Spotify, or I'll look up a playlist on SoundCloud, because a lot of DJs make mixes for SoundCloud. So I'll look up those and I'll just, listen to some soca songs. But yeah, last time I went to Carnival was right before the pandemic hit. So I literally went to Carnival. At the Carnival, I went to Barbados for a few days, came back home, and then the whole world shut down. So that's essentially why I'm so excited to get back to Carnival. So as I said, he asked me what type of, what song I dance to. It's soca. Soca music is music from Trinidad. It has the steel pan drums. It has all of those things in it, and it's awesome. I love it. It's not for everybody, but I like it because it's happy music. Carnival music is about being happy. It's about living your best life. It's about leaving your problems and your stress. Like, you're not dealing with that right now. Right now, you're enjoying life and you're being thankful and grateful for being here. But yes, that's who I am. A little bit about me. Each day you'll learn a little bit more about me. I'll give you a little bit of tips and things about me and who I am and what I do and why I do it. Okay. I think if I should put my thing back on. Hold on. Okay. But yeah, so that's telling you who I am. And at the end of the day, the purpose of this also is to help you really narrow down what exactly your goals are. Because if your goals don't scare you, you're not aiming high enough. You need to create some more ambitious goals, because it's okay and it's pretty normal for your goals to make you think like, whoa, can I do that? Am I able to do that? Like, it's completely normal for you to have thoughts like that. So it doesn't mean that anything is wrong. It doesn't mean that, oh my God, let me stop. But it's important for you to create goals along your financial journey. Creating and setting goals is very critical. Again, what I normally recognize, or rather, what I normally recommend, is for students to set micro goals. So if you're looking to do something similar to the experience that I just described, if you're trying to buy a house in 2024, you can break that down into micro goals. If I told myself by June 2024, I'm going to save $10,000, I can break that down. And now, okay, if I'm going to save $10,000 by June 2024, how long is that from now? So now we might as well say it's February 1st. Might as well say it's February 1st. And we're going to say that's what? 16 months. Is that 16 months? Somebody tell me if my math is wrong. So in 16 months, I have to save $10,000. So I'm going to divide that $10,000 by 16 is what I'm going to do. I'm going to divide that $16 by 16 so that I can break down how much I need to save per month. Now, once I finish doing that, I'm going to divide it again and I'm going to break down how much I need to save per week. You see where I'm going with this? The purpose of creating micro goals is it, one, makes your goals more attainable to you. It gives you a lot of small wins and it helps you just be better about accomplishing them because it's not so far. The next thing I recommend when it comes to making goals, especially if your goals scare you, is creating a win jar. So sometimes we go along our journeys and you find yourself beating yourself up, or you make a mistake or have a small setback, and that causes you to just feel down about your finances. Create a win jar. A win jar is a jar that you can put your accomplishments in throughout whatever period of time. You can put it in there for a whole year, or you can put it in there for your life. And then whenever you have those moments where you're sitting down and you're sulking or you're feeling bad about your finances, you can go back and look at that win jar and look at the dope stuff you did. Look at the dope stuff you've done, and it helps you boost your confidence and to help you continue on your journey, because this is a marathon. It's not a race. This is a lifestyle change. It's not a diet. It's not something that's going to be super simple. Like, oh my God, let me just do this really quick. And then, okay, now my finances are fixed. It's a miracle. No, not at all. So it's something that you have to work towards and you have to work at. So to recap, just to let you know, the homework for tonight, what I want you to do is I want you to create SMART goals. Okay. I'm challenging you today to establish SMART goals for your finances. So what you're going to do is you're going to set 2 SMART goals. If you see, I'm not requiring a lot of you all. I'm only asking that you do 2 each day. You do not have to do 3. I'm asking you to create 2 SMART goals for yourself based on your financial goals. Once you create those goals, then I want you to post them in the group. Post them in the group with the badge. Post them in the group with that badge. Yes, you got to do work. I'm showing up. You got to do work. Come on, let's go. You got to do work. Each day of the challenge, so you weren't here at the beginning. So each day of the challenge, I give a homework assignment. Bam. See, thank you. See, my assistant, baby. Whew. Your assistant is not as good as mine. Okay. You need to get you one. But yes, you got to do work. So the way that the 5-day money challenge works is I show up 5 days and teach a mini webinar. Of course, the first day was longer. I went a little bit over the hour because it's a lot of extra stuff that you have to tell and it's introducing it. But yes, you come in, I do the webinar every day. At the end of the webinar, you get homework. When you get that homework, you do it. Once you do it, you come back to the group, the Facebook group, and you use the badge. So each day has a badge that goes along with it. You use that badge to post in the group and show I did my homework assignment. So for example, tonight's homework assignment is you have to set 2 SMART goals. So I just gave an example. If I said I have to raise my credit score to 640 and I have to save $10,000 to purchase a house, bam, those are my 2 SMART goals. All I need to add to that is what's the time frame that I'm going to get it sold? What's the time frame that I'm giving myself to accomplish it? And then what is my point in accomplishing it? What is the get into? What is my why with them? What's in it for me? What's in it for me is I'm going to qualify to buy my house. I'm going to qualify for my forever home to help me. Okay. So the purpose of the goals is to create an action plan for you. It's setting it up for what happens in the rest of the challenge. All of these different tasks that you're getting each day. So just to catch you up, because you weren't here yesterday, Anthony, and because normally I do it at 6 p.m. My time, which is 7 p.m. your time. But yesterday I went at 6, and then the rest of the week it'll be at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. So yesterday they had to identify which mental habits or mental characteristics are affecting their money habits. So we talked about self-doubt, we talked about limiting beliefs, we talked about like imposter syndrome and different things like that and how they affect their finances. So their homework yesterday was to do a self-evaluation and kind of see and apply some of those principles and see if any of that applies to them, if any of that is the reason why they might be struggling with their finances. And this is true for somebody who might have tried a few times, but they didn't succeed each time. So it's something deeper that you got to dig into. So that's what we started with yesterday. We talked about money mindset yesterday. Today, we talked about goals. We talked about organizing your finances, being able to give names to different accounts and give jobs to your money. We'll get a little deeper into budgeting and breaking down that whole process of giving jobs to your money. But everything leads into the next and they all work together in the end. If you complete all of the homework assignments, I guarantee you'll receive a transformation. And then the best part about it is it's a giveaway. So tomorrow, oh, absolutely, not a problem. I want everybody to win. Tomorrow is the first day of the giveaway. So tomorrow I'm giving away an Amazon gift card. And then on Friday, the last day, I'll be giving away another Amazon gift card. But in order for you to take advantage of the gift card, you have to follow the rules of the giveaway. So you have to follow me on 2 channels, which you kind of already do. You have to participate, which in order to participate, you have to be a member of the challenge. So you have to go to the5daymoneychallenge.com and sign up so that you can get access to the private community. So then you can participate. So you have to participate. You have to come in and participate in the chat. You have to come in, do the homework, and that's also how you'll get the badges. When you go there, you'll get an email address, and that email address that you get, you'll get an email, and the email that you get, it'll have the link to access the private community. In the community, that's where my assistant is at, posting all of these wonderful links for me so you can easily access those different things. And also, that's where you're going to be able to post your homework. When you post your homework in that group, then you get the points towards participation because you have to participate to win the Amazon gift card. Lastly, you have to share it. So you'll either tag your accountability partner in the comments. You can share the live, depending on what platform that you're on. You have many options that you can to share. But that's going to be what we are doing for today. I thank you all so much for coming. I have to get off now. I have to go onto the Zoom with my VIPs. So if you don't know, you also have the VIP that you can join. It's $47. And what you will get is you'll get live recordings of all of these lives from every day. You'll get a workbook, which will have easily right there, all in one place, that you can do all the homework from this challenge. Yes, don't forget to join us the rest of the week. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Have a good one. Have a good one. Yes, check the spam if you don't see it in your inbox. I'll be back tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. And again, use those badges, post in the group, and tomorrow's going to be the giveaway. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. But I'm going to go jump on Zoom and have a chat with my VIP so they can ask me questions. That's the benefit of the VIP, though. You get to go on Zoom with me. You can work through the homework. If you have specific questions that might be only applicable to your finances, you get that ability to share them with me. You get that ability to have that access and ask whatever questions you want to ask, and I'm there to answer them. I thank you for coming, Anthony. Sure do. Anthony is from About That Wallet. So About That Wallet is a podcast that comes on every Wednesday at 7 p.m. No. He goes live every Wednesday at 7 p.m., but that's not the pod. He has a podcast also. But his goal and his mission with his company is to help people create good money habits. So he's a dope person to follow. He's on YouTube on here. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Oh, okay. So it's at 7. It's at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Okay. So he goes live every Wednesday on YouTube. about that wallet, which you cannot forget. But great person to follow, and he really focuses on helping people create good money habits. So as you can see, it's a lot of people out here creating content, creating resources to help you. Yes, live every Wednesday on YouTube to help you get your money right. So we're here, we're showing up. Yeah, I said that. I said 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Yeah, so just come. All you got to do is come and get it. But that's the end for today. I have one more session and then I'm done. I can rest for today. Got it, but I got to tend to my VIPs. You know, that's why they VIP. We're going to be here tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. So tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday, I'll be here at that exact time every night. All right. You guys have a good one. Bye for now. Doo-doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo.